A local Air Force veteran is suing TCF Bank, saying the bank refused to cash his checks and called the police on him. The man claims it's all because he's African American. Fox 2's Veronica Meadows has more on the lawsuit and how the bank is responding.
A man went to this TCF bank location on Middle Belt in Livonia to cash a settlement check he got from a lawsuit, but instead of that cash, he got the cops and just filed another discrimination lawsuit.
Not even 24 hours later, I'm going through the exact same thing.
Air Force veteran Santor Thomas is blindsided and frustrated by what he says happened at this TCF bank on Wednesday. Thomas says he went to deposit checks he got from a settlement for a racial discrimination lawsuit against his former employer, Enterprise Leasing Company of Detroit. But he says the person helping him said there was a problem verifying the checks.
I waited. She walked away. 10 minutes later, the Livonia police walk in. And the Livonia police say, excuse me, sir, could you come here? I said, who, me?
Thomas was shaken up, but says he kept his cool while talking to police.
The bank called us, and they said that these checks are fraudulent. And I said, are you kidding me? I said, there's no way.
People have to stop with these stereotypes. You know, just because you see an African-American a male, set aside your stereotypes and conduct yourself like a professional.
His attorney, Deborah Gordon, is outraged, saying this is blatant racism. They've since filed a new lawsuit, this time against TCF Bank. A statement from the bank says, "We apologize for the experience Mr. Thomas had at our banking center. Local police shouldn't have been involved. We strongly condemn racism and discrimination of any kind. We take extra precautions involving large deposits and requests for cash, and in this case, we were unable to validate the checks presented by Mr. Thomas and regret we could not meet his needs."
This was not a mistake. This was the bank assuming and making their own assumptions of what it is and what it's not.
Meanwhile, Thomas closed his account and opened a new one at Chase, where he had no problems depositing the checks. Now he's speaking out in hopes actions like this stop.
It can be a lot sometimes. Being African American is hard on its own, but when you're not doing anything and you get blamed for something, it's worse.
In Livonia, Veronica Meadows, Fox 2 News.
Yep. Just awful.
It is.
And it's, same as stories we do on Starbucks. When one or two employees do it, one specific branch shouldn't bring the entire company down. But my goodness, is that about as bad as it gets?
That's
or
not good.
What?
That's not good.
It's
just not
what's
good.
the corporate culture there, and what is there some learning going on? Some I don't know. We keep talking about diversity training. I don't know.
I personally think diversity training should be implemented at elementary school through middle school through high school.
Like there
should be.
It's so easy to get the check, make one phone call, and verify the funds. That's all you have to do.
Call the other bank, or just say, we'll take this deposit. It's going to be on hold for whatever, 3 days until we verify the amount, and then it'll be in your account. Boom. Then you make the checks and do all that. There was absolutely no need to call the police.
Yeah,
absolutely
I'm shocked by that, but it's probably not that shocking.
Here's the thing: I'm not shocked at all. I've been stopped by the cops at least 5 times for no reason. 5 times. Fortunately, at a younger age, I was told by my older brother to always cooperate. But 5 times in my life. One time I got handcuffed in L.A. I was riding in L.A. I got handcuffed and had to sit on the side of the road because the cop thought I wasn't able to afford, I think he thought I wasn't able to afford the truck I was driving in. It wasn't mine. I was in L.A. with a friend. But man, I just sat there. Did whatever they said. They actually drew their guns.
This, I will say, though, I don't know how the cops responded in this case.
The cops responded well in this case. In this case. But I'm just saying, when I don't know.
They called the cops out.
There's not an African-American man that I know of that has not been stopped wrongfully.
No doubt. I'm just saying, like, the police were called. The police didn't actively.
The bank is in the wrong here. The bank is in the wrong. Yeah, I'm just talking about being stopped. Yeah.
I think, though, just the whole premise of being accused of doing something wrong when you've done nothing wrong is, it would enrage most of us.
It would, but if you get enraged, it can get worse. And it can get worse quickly. I learned that at a young age. When I was 20, I got stopped. They took everything out my car and searched my car. There was nothing in it. They just said, thanks, bye. my jack, the tire, everything, all on the side of the road. Took me an hour to put it back by myself. I'm just saying, it happens. It happens.
It happens, and how does that not have an impact on you going forward?
I was just smiling that they didn't find anything.
What's there to find?
A couple of my buddies do a couple of things, and I was just sitting there. I'm sitting on the side of the road praying. But it can be the smallest thing, though. You know, it can be alcohol that's open. And, you know, it can be anything. It can be something they put in the car. I didn't know why they stopped me. I just know I was in a neighborhood that I shouldn't have been in at that time with that kind of car. Again.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, we can all do better.
I think TCF Bank might make their own direct deposit to his account now.
Well, they might have to.
Yeah, they should.
might have to.
Be like, here's some more money.
People like that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.